Africa wants to go.
Yes.
Yet everything in Africa is important.
We cannot avoid that.
What do you think is a problem?
I think manufacturing-wise, the cost of manufacturing in Africa is still very high. As you know, you need constant power. You need a skilled workforce, you know what I mean? And then also a good training for the guys. And also the support for the government. I mean, with the Zambian government now, we're getting a bit better support. So our dream is to actually bring the current president now, who is a farmer, and then hopefully see what we're trying to do, and it will be sustainable.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you have one message for the youth out there,
yes,
regarding farming and agriculture, what message will it be?
I think get started. Get started. Try and work in a farm if it's your passion. You know, remember, farming is not very easy, but it has to be something that you like to do. You know, and in a farming as well, there's so many aspects of it. So it's not just a matter of planting. You have to take care of animals. You have to take care of the pasture. As you can see, we have to take care of the dams and the workers. And it's also, you know, one of the things is, if you're a person that loves to help people, farming is the way to go. Okay. Because you just don't help just the animals and the plants, but you're also helping the community. Okay? Hi, my name is Tony. This is Farm to Home. We do chicken, sheep, goat and cattle, and we also do fish. So in this pond there's catfish and bream and crayfish.
Catfish, bream
and crayfish, yeah.
Why do you decide to have it?
So then at the moment we're just starting just to see how they're gonna, let's see how they're gonna survive. So it seems to be producing, so that's why the other side of the dam is also being pond line. So we're going to expand a bit more over there, because we're trying to use actually the pond for azola. So if you see the azola here, this is what we feed the fish as well, right? Okay. Yeah. So that's azola and duckweed. So that you'll see when we throw, you'll see the fish come up.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see if we can catch something.
I'm very curious. I've been to so many farms.
Yeah.
And I see people have separate ponds for catfish and tilapia. But with you are mixing everything.
Yes.
Wouldn't the catfish cannibalize the tilapia?
That's what I want to know. And also, I want to see if they can actually live together. Okay. Because I think in a certain size, the crayfish are not able to actually eat the bigger fish. Okay. So they can survive, and they clean the pond much better on the bottom, because it eats the actual waste. Okay. So you have a cleaner pond, yeah.
Okay, let's go and get some fish.
Let's see. Go throw.
Okay.
Throw more, man.
So how often do you feed the fish?
We feed them mornings and evenings.
Okay.
Yeah. So early in the morning around 6 o'clock, and then at 5 o'clock.
Okay. And in terms of water,
yeah,
I know this is you are pumping water into the pond.
Yes.
Do you ever get to change this water, or
no? So we use it as well to irrigate the vegetable. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Takes a bit of a skill, eh?
Okay.
So hopefully we'll throw it a bit better. We'll catch some fish.
So how important is clean water today?
Very, very important. Because otherwise it becomes, it starts turning green.
Okay.
We catch anything. No. No fish yet. Yeah, it's a hassle.
It's a hassle.
Yeah, hey man, it's a skill.
Yeah.
But a few tries should be able to get them.
So what really inspired you?
For me, fish, yeah, no, I've always liked to fish, you know, so as much as possible, yeah, especially with any water, you should actually put some fish in it, so it doesn't actually... No fish again. There's one. There's one. But there's bigger fish in here.
Okay. What species is this?
This is a bream.
Bream.
Yeah.
Okay, and what size do they grow up?
They grow to about, right now, there's some fish are about 400 grams.
400 grams.
About 500 grams, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I also try and sell the fish to the workers for now.
Okay.
Yeah, because what the problem as well is you have to keep changing as well the fish in the stock. Otherwise, they start doing inbreeding.
Okay.
So yeah. So
are there some disadvantages for inbreeding?
yes, very disadvantaged. Like goats, they get smaller and smaller.
Okay.
So as much as possible, you have to change the stock. Yeah. Otherwise, you'll not get the yield that you want.
So now that they're in the same pond, how do you manage inbreeding?
Yeah. So now this is the first stock that we put in here. So that's why on the next one we have to half empty this and get all the fish out, and then either sell it to the market and dry it. And then one of the reasons I actually drew fish is I wanted to do fish meal.
Okay.
I wanted to catch the fish and then dry it and then crush it.
Okay.
To make it into chicken feed, because that's protein that they need, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why it's very important to also, because the price of feed at the moment is very expensive. Yeah. So it's going to keep increasing. But hopefully with the price of maize in Zambia this year going a bit lower because of the bumper harvest, the people can actually benefit with the low prices of feed.
But you grow your own maize?
Yes, we do. Just silage actually, just to supplement. Otherwise, the price of feed at the moment is, I think it's 600-700 kwacha a 50 kg bag,
okay,
which is not very sustainable for farmers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And 75% of cost is on feed. Okay. Yeah. All right.
So daily when you come to the fish farm, what do you do daily?
For daily, I check the guys, and then after that, I just check the quality of water and also the height of the water from the pool, and also check what's the health of the pool. So if you throw this thing now, you'll start seeing them more. So we throw this thing, that's azola. Yeah. So that also ducks eat that. Yeah, so you'll see them. You start seeing them more.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So this azola is actually very good. So the guys in Zambia are actually getting onto this now, because this is natural as well, and it's organic. So it's one thing that I think we need to start investing on and getting this thing to the actual farmers. Especially if you have enough ponds. I think you saw them by the house there. I have ponds in there. So one of those small ponds, you can get about maybe 5-6 kg a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What are some of the good management practices you put in place? Yeah.
Yeah. So you always have to be on the guys. Operating a farm, you cannot do it remote control. So this is, yeah. So you have to be here. Yeah. Let's see that other pond. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully that one will come online sometime in July, August, when it's cold, when it's a bit warmer. Because right now the fish are not very active. Yeah.
So you have to be physically present.
Yes, you have to. That remote control, especially if it's your own money that you're spending, you have to see it, right? Because at the end of the day, whatever you put in, it's your responsibility to, not just for your workers as well, but to make a profit for the farm, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do we have a new pond there?
Yes.
Why do we have the tarpaulin?
Yes, so unfortunately, like the soil that we have here, it's not clay soil.
Okay.
So what happens is, if you just, with no pond liner, the water will actually, it will actually be sucked by the ground, and you'll be wasting water. Yeah. It's actually much better to grow a natural pond, because you can actually keep healthier fish, and you can also have a bit more. But the problem is, again, to sustain the water, it's an issue. So as much as possible, the pond liner. So this pond liner, I got it from China, and then we got a guy to actually make it here. It took them less than 8 hours, and it was actually up.
Are there some mistakes you've made as a fish farmer?
Yes.
You think other young farmers should be aware of?
Yeah, so at the moment I'm also all learning. So we're all on YouTube and the books that we read, and then of course with the open AI now for getting more information, it's actually getting easier now. So it's just a matter of, your farm doesn't have to be that big. I mean, as you can see, we're only utilizing probably less than 5% of this farm, right? But hopefully in the next coming 2-3 years, profit will come through, you know. So, and also develop the land a bit better, you know, and also use it as an example that if you put in your time and effort, you can actually achieve something. Okay?
That's amazing.
Okay.
It's beautiful. Are there some challenges you face as a fish farmer?
Yes, you know, now I'm beginning to see the birds are coming. They're starting to know that there's fish in the pond, so they're actually trying to hammer the fish on the pond. So hopefully I can try sort that out with the
nets.
With the nets, yeah. And let's see. But I would like to make it as natural as possible, you know. But then again, yeah. So we have problems with monkeys here. So, you know, unfortunately with the monkeys, there's not many places for them to actually eat when the fruits are gone. So they're actually going through the fields and destroying some of the crops, like the maize, the peanuts. And we don't want to actually, you know, like get rid of them. But maybe one way or the other later is maybe plant a few more fruit trees for them, and then also provide water for them and shelter, you know. So at least, you know, make it, we all have to share the land that we're in. And this is the only farm now in Chisamba with actually trees. The rest is pretty much, as you can see when you're driving, it's pretty much bare. Either for agriculture, or the guys have used it for charcoal. Yeah. So we are constantly fighting with people as well for stealing wood in the forest there and making charcoal. So this year alone, I think we've stopped like 2 or 3 people groups to make malasha in the farm. Okay. Yeah, that's the biggest issues that we have.
How do you get the feed apart from the duckweed you have?
Yes, so we also sustain it with we use Novatech animal feeds. So they have the actual complete set of feed that they sell, from the starter to the grower to the finisher. So, but we just have to sustain that as well with the other protein to keep the cost down. Okay. And then be able to make a profit out of it.
Okay. Yeah. And the fingerlings or the fries, how do you get them?
Yeah, so we've got, I've managed, the first contact that I had is I found him on Facebook, Musakasa Fisheries. He's a very good man, and I'm very happy with the actual fingerlings that he's shared. And then there's another company. There's actually a lot of companies that are doing fingerlings. Okay. And it's also a very good business to make fingerlings if it's your interest, you know what I mean? The demand is way higher than the actual need. So there's a lot of prospect for that. There's a lot of opportunities to actually make money, not just in rearing the fish, but also do the fingerlings.
Do you think Africa can become the breadbasket of the world?
Yeah, I think this is the last continent at the moment, right? So this is the last continent that has all the minerals at the moment. So everyone is trying to invest in it now in Africa, that they're trying to secure their food as well. So there's a lot of countries in Asia now that are coming here to actually secure most of the soya, most of the maize, most of anything that we produce, you know. Because I mean, at the moment, Africa still doesn't have that population, but that we can export. But you know, with the technology that they can bring in, we can actually harvest more than what we're doing now. Instead of yielding maybe 8 tons per hectare, we can actually grow to about maximum 50-20 tons, right? With the technology that we can actually learn from the guys overseas. Okay.
Okay, that's amazing. What to you has been the most rewarding part as a farmer?
As a farmer, because I work in IT, right? So this has always been a dream for me to actually live in a farm. And with the next few years, my kids are going to be moving out, finishing university. So it was also an option for us to say that if they, you know, with these days that they can't find a job, they can work for us, with us in the farm. But for me, it's mostly to actually come here and actually be busy. You know, I'm a person that likes to be busy. I don't like to sit still. So as much as possible, I try to, you know, there's a lot of things to do in a farm. Either you're fencing, you're planting, you're harvesting, You've seen the dipping, you see the chicken. So your full day actually starts from 4 and it doesn't really end, you know. But the satisfaction is that you're able to sustain a community. You know, I mean, I don't know how many workers that we have at the moment, but it actually, you know, you see the children passing, and it makes you also, you know, feel a bit to say that you're actually providing a living and also providing a better environment for the kids that we have here.
Do you ever regret becoming a farmer?
Not really, I didn't know I was going to be a farmer, you know what I mean? But, you know, it's one of those things, I think you end up somehow, somewhere that you become a farmer, right? So, yeah, you know, okay.
That's amazing.
And as I said, the ultimate plan is to actually have like a training facility.
Okay.
Because my wife is also a teacher,
Yes.
as you know, sorry. So hopefully we can actually get that going and then use this as a template and produce, and people come and learn and they go and also do what they need to do, right?
Do you think your children will become farmers someday?
I hope so, yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, hope so. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
It's been a
Thank you
pleasure
for
speaking
coming
with
to
you.
the farm. Yeah.
We wish you the very best in your fish farming business and every other agricultural endeavor.
Yes, thank you.
It's been an honor.
Thank you, sir. All right. Safe trip.
Thank you for watching. If you are new to our channel, kindly subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, so you never miss an episode on Agriculture That Matters. Until then, peace.